Right now, though, someone's about to be crowned the 2009 champion of the Krypton Factor.
To the Krypton Factor Grand Final, where four very nervous finalists are preparing to do battle, and they are winner of semi-final 1, Richard Colfer, a 27-year-old puzzle compiler from Bristol; winner of semi-final 2, Matt Foster, a 31-year-old company director from Manchester; and the two highest-scoring runners-up, David Brooks, a 37-year-old investment banker from London, and Aaron Bell, a 28-year-old trading development manager from Staffordshire. 4 competitors, 5 challenges, but there can only be one winner of this trophy. The pressure is on, the stakes are higher than ever. Who's got what it takes to become Krypton Factor Champion 2009? Let battle commence. It's mental agility. The Cube, the nemesis of all Krypton Factor contestants. A 40-second battle of man versus machine. Tonight's test, Shapeshifter.
A sequence of shapes will appear on screen. After memorising the sequence, the contestant calls for a question. The shapes then disappear and the question is asked. For example, second colour, fourth shape. In this case, the answer is blue, circle. The pressure is on to get through the questions quickly, but if a contestant fails to fully memorise the sequence, they risk forcing an error, and in the final, that could be fatal.
First up, playing in red, it's Richard Colfer.
I'm Richard Colfer, I'm 27, I'm a puzzles compiler from Bristol, and I won my semi-final with a Krypton Factor of 36. Winning the mental agility is going to be really important to me. I need to get points on the board early. I'm delighted to have made the final. When the show was on when I was a kid, I watched every show, and if I could be that guy who wins it, it would be amazing.
The winner of each test scores 10, 6 for a second, 4 for third, and 2 for fourth. Richard's in position. Activate the cube.
Question.
First and third shapes.
Circle, square. Question.
Colour sequence.
Yellow, blue, red, blue. Question.
Colour sequence, reverse order.
Yellow, yellow, blue, green, green. Question.
Third colour, fourth shape.
Green, square. Question.
Second, fifth and first colours.
Yellow, red, yellow. Question.
Shape sequence.
So, 5. You pleased with that?
I'm happy with that, yeah.
Miraculously, throughout this series, you've never got a question wrong in there.
Yeah, I've just been really careful.
Well done, you managed to score 5. Please return to your seats. Next up, playing in green, it's Matt Foster.
I'm Matt Foster, I'm 31, company director from Manchester, and I won my semi-final with a Krypton Factor of 32. The finals can be really difficult to call, and everyone's got strengths in different areas. The assault course this time round is going to be the closest it's been, I think. I've won both my heats and my semi-final. To win the whole show would be an absolute ideal ending.
Richard scored 5, that's what Matt must beat. Activate the cube.
Question.
Colour sequence, reverse order.
Yellow, yellow, green, blue. Question.
First and third shapes.
Square, circle. Question.
First, third and fifth shapes.
Triangle, triangle, circle. Question.
First colour, fourth shape.
Yellow, circle. Question.
Shape sequence, reverse order.
Square, triangle, square, circle, square.
Matt, that was so close.
Very close at the end there, yeah.
Were you aware of the time ticking away?
I was. I knew I had to get that last one in to get the 5, so perhaps rushed it a bit. If I'd had a few more seconds, I might have got it. But I'm quite happy with 4.
Quite happy with 4.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't quite manage to beat his 5, but well done anyway. Please return to your seat.
Thank you.
Next up, playing in blue, it's David Brooks.
I'm David Brooks. I'm 37, an investment banker from London. I was the runner-up in my semi-final with a Krypton Factor of 30. In the semi-final and also in the first round, the intelligence test was a nightmare. I failed to finish on both occasions. In the final, I've really got to pull my socks up. I'm strong in the assault course. I'm strong in general knowledge. I'm definitely somebody the other competitors should take terribly seriously.
Richard's score of 5 is still the one to beat. David's in position. Activate the cube.
Question.
First and fourth shapes.
Star, triangle. Question.
Colour sequence.
Blue, red, green, yellow. Question.
Colour sequence reverse order.
Green, red, yellow, green. Question.
First, second and fourth shapes.
Star, triangle, circle.
Managed to just sneak the answer in.
Yes.
On the buzzer. Are you pleased with 2?
No, it's a disastrous round.
It's not traditionally your most successful round, though, mental agility, is it?
It isn't. I think I probably put too much pressure on myself from that round.
You managed to score 2. Please return to your seat.
Thanks, Ben.
Finally playing in yellow is Aaron Bell.
My name's Aaron Bell, I'm 28, I'm a trade and development manager from Staffordshire, and I was runner-up in my semi-final with a Krypton Factor of 31. In my semi-final, I got off to a horrific start in the cube. Went to pieces, frankly, but luckily I turned it round. My main rival's Richard. His strengths are my strengths, mental agility and intelligence. If I could beat everybody and come out as champion, that would just be amazing.
5 is still the score to beat. Aaron's in position. Can he do it? Activate the cube.
Question.
Second and third colours.
Red, green. Question.
Colour sequence reverse order.
Blue, green, red, yellow. Question.
Second, third and fifth shapes.
Triangle, square, star. Question.
Fifth shape, first colour.
Square, blue. Question.
Colour sequence.
Red, green, green, red, green. Question.
Second, third and fourth colours.
Blue, yellow, blue. Question.
Second colour, fifth shape.
Aaron, you've got to be pleased with that.
Much better than the semi-final.
You really, really stuffed up the semi-final, and I think it's fair to say that was an absolutely brilliant performance.
I pulled it out when I needed to.
Well done to you. You get the 10 points.
And if you think you could take on the cube and, in fact, all the other Krypton Factor challenges, then you can find out how to apply to become a contestant at itv.com/the Krypton Factor.
So after the first test, David takes 2 points, Matt 4, Richard 6, and taking an early lead in the final with a Krypton Factor of 10 is our trading development manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. So Aaron gets the dream start, but the competition has only just begun. Up next, it's observation. Contestants must call upon their powers of concentration, observation and recall for one last time. Tonight's classic TV clip stars Helen Mirren in Prime Suspect. Contestants, please turn to face your screens. The test starts now.
I think I deserve a bottle of champagne because Billy Matthews' alibi is now withdrawn. Billy was not at the advice centre or anywhere near. He was, in fact, in hospital, taken there by ambulance on the night of the 17th, and this is the best bit, from the advice centre. Martin Fletcher's dead. Disco Driscoll, alibi withdrawn. Kenny Lloyd, alibi withdrawn. Just Jackson giving Parker Jones an alibi and vice versa. Well, the only other person is Alan Thorpe, but he was drunk. He admitted it. Now, where's Jackson?
It's with the sergeant, Harry the Lamb, room 3.
Right, that's a bottle of Moe for Kathy. And you two are paying because of this fiasco.
OK, I'll ask you one question each in turn, then I'll ask 4 questions open to you all on the buzzers. If you can't answer or you get it wrong, the question is open to any of the contestants to buzz in and steal your point. I'm going to start with red, so Richard, your question first. The boy in the photo pinned to the board has what colour hair?
Black.
It's wrong. Aaron.
Brown.
That's wrong, it was ginger. Matt, your question. Whose alibi was first mentioned to have been withdrawn?
Jackson's.
That's wrong. Richard.
Danny Matthews.
That's wrong, it was Billy Matthews. David, what room is Jackson in?
Kitchen.
That's wrong. Aaron.
3.
That's correct, room 3. We come to your question, Aaron. What item is placed on the map above Charing Cross Station?
Post-it note.
That's correct. So, 4 questions open to you all on the buzzers. Who deserves a bottle of Moët? Aaron.
Kathy.
Correct. Where was Billy on the night of the 17th? David.
Hospital.
Correct. Who was dead? Aaron.
Jackson.
That's wrong. Anyone? Martin Fletcher. Apart from champagne, what other drink was mentioned? Matt.
Moët.
That's wrong. Aaron.
Tea.
It was coffee. We have come to the end of that round, and we have a winner. Taking all 10 points with 3 correct answers is Aaron. So Aaron takes the 10 points again. David 6, Matt and Richard 4, which means the leaderboard now looks like this. Still at the top with a perfect score so far, a Krypton Factor of 20, is our trading development manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. So Aaron leads the pack, but with 3 more tests still to come, any one of our 4 finalists could be Krypton Factor champion 2009. Don't go away.
The Krypton Factor in association with Sage. Train your business brain. The Krypton Factor in association with Sage. Train your business brain.
Welcome back to the final of the Krypton Factor 2009. After 2 tests, the leaderboard looks like this. At the top, he hasn't put a foot wrong yet. With a Krypton Factor of 20, it's our trading development manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. But it's not over yet as we go into our 3rd test, intelligence. In intelligence, our contestants race to complete a logic challenge. Tonight, a test of perspective awareness and memory in block and load.
Contestants must correctly stack 14 differently shaped blocks into a transparent frame, so 2009 can be read left to right from the front. But they won't be able to see the image forming as they build. It's like trying to do a jigsaw from the back, never having seen the completed picture. One wrong move, they'll have to release every block in the frame and start all over again.
So, contestants, if you're ready, the test will start.
The tricky thing in this test is not only loading the blocks in the right places, but in the right order. The current leader, Aaron's, made a mistake already. He's going to have to release those blocks. Matt thinks he's wrong too, so not a great start. Richard is the only finalist to have won the intelligence round in both his heat and semi-final, so he should be the one to watch. Investment banker David, on the other hand, has never completed an intelligence puzzle. The big question is, will he do it tonight? So Richard has started loading. That's not right, though. I'm not sure he's realised yet. Company director Matt is keeping his cool. He started again. So Richard's realised he is wrong. He's got to go back to the drawing board. It's so frustrating. Aaron, however, seems to be on fire. This is a real test of logic to complete this puzzle from the back, but he's progressing well. David's finally made a start. Well done, David. Matt hasn't made any more mistakes. He's well on his way. But Aaron's certainly got the edge over him at the moment. The more pieces loaded, the easier it gets. But he mustn't make a mistake now. Richard seems obsessed with sorting his pieces. He has to start building, or it could all slip away from him. Matt, you don't want to put that in there. That's wrong. Just at the last moment, that would have been a disaster. There's no stopping Aaron. This will be 3 out of 3 for him.
Congratulations, Aaron. You have completed the test first.
So who will take second? Richard is still sorting through his pieces. That's the first key piece. He must put that in the frame, but he's put it back in the box. So Matt is well over halfway now. He needs to keep this up. How's David getting on? He's making some progress. Don't want to jinx it, but he might even finish this puzzle. He's not going to catch Matt, though. Matt's going to take second.
Well done, Matt. You are the second contestant to complete the test.
So now the pressure is on for third. What has happened to Richard? He's a puzzle compiler for a living, but has a total mental block with this one. David is flying, though. That is looking great. David, what are you doing? Oh, no! He thought it was wrong, but it was perfect. OK, so he's let Richard back into this race, but those blocks are wrong. Hot favourite Richard has crumbled under the pressure in the final. David, on his second build, will he actually finish this time? Wrong again. It's total meltdown for Richard. And David slowly building back up to where he was before. I think he realises, yep, he's realised he's cracked it. Come on, David. And Richard seems to have gone back to looking at his pieces, but it's far too late for that now. You need to do some building, Richard. I do believe David is actually going to do it. I don't think he realises he's finished.
Oh, congratulations, David. And you completed an intelligence puzzle. Yes. Richard, I'm afraid the test is over. So, the winner of that test, it's Aaron. So, yet again, Aaron takes maximum 10 points, Matt 6, David 4 and Richard gets 2. And when the leaderboard is updated, it means he's extended his lead at the top with a Krypton Factor of 30. It's our Trading Development Manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. This series, the punishing trial that is the assault course, has pushed contestants to the very limits of their physical ability. And for the final, there's a twist. Contestants race individually in a time trial against the clock. So at this moment, they still have no idea if they came first or fourth.
They've all faced our gruelling assault course before. They know exactly what to expect. But this time, the stakes have never been higher. Who will cross the finish line first? So Richard, Matt, David and Aaron, and they're off. They're racing individually against the clock, remember, so they'll need mental strength to keep pushing as well as physical strength. Going into this race with the fastest time so far is Matt, but he was only 2 seconds faster than David. It's Aaron who's off down the zip line first, however. Closely followed by Matt, just ahead of David, and finally a very apprehensive-looking Richard. Getting a quick release here is absolutely vital. But Richard's got himself stuck. He can't undo his clip. Nothing is going right for him in this final. So meanwhile, who is going to hit the wall first? Matt and David, at this point, absolutely neck and neck. They both edged ahead of Aaron. While Richard has finally made it to the up and under. First away from the wall is David just, but there's nothing in it at this stage. And Richard finally comes to the wall. He's got a lot of work to do here. David just ahead of Matt at the rope swing. Both men incredibly fit. This is anyone's race. Aaron's desperately trying to keep in touch with those leaders, while Richard, he's way back bringing up the rear. David is starting to pull away now. Who wants this badly enough to put in that extra mental effort to push through the mud? It is so close. Richard reaches the halfway stage. Aaron staying well ahead of him, though. This is Aaron's weakest round, but he's giving it everything he's got. So David gets to the balance beams first. That's a great advantage. This isn't his favourite obstacle, though. He is wobbling. And he shouldn't have done that. That's going to be a 10-second penalty, which means that Matt could well take the lead. He's across the balance beam safely.
Well done. Up as quick as you can. Quick as you can.
Aaron comes to the balance beams. And that's good technique getting across from there. He's staying focused. And I think David could have blown it here. That time penalty means Matt reaches the tunnel first. There was only the cargo net between Matt and victory, but he is looking shattered. Can David catch him? Aaron is back in third place going into the tunnel. Richard's certainly nowhere to be seen at the moment. But the battle for first place is really hotting up. Matt is just ahead. David is driving hard through that mud, though. Matt seems to be stuck. David is flying under the net. And he's out first. He's retaken the lead. Matt has been pushed into second at this late stage. And David reaches the home straight. A fantastic run despite that time penalty. He's going to come in first. What's his time going to be as he crosses the Ks? 5:27. Absolutely superb. So Matt is going to take second place. Barely barely seconds in it, he will be gutted. Here comes Aaron, head first, but he's still going.
Good. Come on,
And there's Richard finally getting out of the cargo net. So Aaron's going to cross the line in third and take 4 points. And finally, Richard's on the back straight. It's not been a great round, and that mistake at the beginning costing him dearly. He looks done for.
So David takes the 10 points, Matt 6, Aaron gets 4 and Richard 2. And when we look at the leaderboard, David's win lifts him from 4th to 2nd, but still out in front with a Krypton Factor of 34. It's our Trading Development Manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. So, just one round to go before we have a winner, and it's general knowledge. Contestants begin the test with their Krypton Factor total so far. They'll score 2 points for a correct answer, but 1 point will be deducted for a wrong answer. As it stands, Richard has 14, Matt 20, David 22, and Aaron is in the lead with 34. 70 seconds on the clock, please. The time starts now. Which artist sold a number of works at Sotheby's in September? Aaron.
Damien Hirst.
Correct. William Randolph Hearst, the American newspaper magnate, was the reputed inspiration for which Orson Welles film? Aaron.
Citizen Kane.
Correct. Cane and beet are types of which commodity? Richard.
Root.
That's wrong, it's sugar or molasses. The Sugarloaf Mountain overlooks the harbour of which town? Aaron.
Cape Town.
That's wrong, it's Rio de Janeiro. Rio Ferdinand's Premiership debut in 1996 was for which club? Aaron.
West Ham United.
Correct. Hamlet's stepfather had what name? Anyone? It was Claudius. I, Claudius was a novel about the Roman Empire by which writer? Aaron.
Robert Graves.
Correct. The Neolithic site called Grimes Graves is in which English county? Anyone? It was Norfolk. Norfolk is a popular style of which article of men's clothing? Anyone? Jacket. The song Jumpin' Jack Flash was jointly written by Mick Jagger and who else? Any ideas? Richard.
Keith Richards.
Correct. The West Indies cricket captain called Richards was known by which first name? Aaron.
Viv.
Correct. Vivaldi's opus number 8, called The Contest Between Harmony and Invention, contains 4 popular violin concertos. Aaron.
4 Seasons.
Correct. Shortly before his death, John Keats wrote a poem to which season? Aaron.
Autumn.
Correct. And we have a winner with an extraordinary performance all the way through, with a Krypton Factor of 47. The Krypton Factor champion 2009 is our Trading Development Manager from Staffordshire, Aaron Bell. Aaron, come and join me. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much, thank you very much indeed.
What does it mean to be Krypton Factor champion 2009?
I watched this as a child, I watched this as a teenager, and it's come back on TV now. I'm so pleased to have won this. I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'd really like to thank my wife, Emily, as well. We've only been married 6 months. She's helped with the training, all sorts of stuff. This is such a great moment.
Well done to you. You are a very worthy champion. Aaron Bell, everybody.
Thank you.
Is a worthy winner of this series. Thank you to all of our finalists and the contestants that have taken part, and thank you for watching. Good night.
Well, we're far from the final of American Idol, and the last group of 12 are singing for their place on ITV2 next. Mystery surrounds the death of an army colonel, but not for much longer, because Sherlock Holmes is on the case on ITV3. Next year on ITV1, it's The Bill.
The Krypton Factor in association with Sage. Train